This is nothing. And just going to give you a heads up, guys, I'm going to be saying nothing a lot because this is very entertaining and I love the way this phone is named. So this is the Nothing Phone 1. Literally, that's the name, Nothing Phone 1. And it's a very interesting take on a phone. So this is from Carl Pei, one of the original co-founders of the OnePlus brand. And as you guys know, I've just not been happy with the way OnePlus has been working right now. In fact, so much so that I've refused to cover their products in the last couple of months, and I probably won't be moving on in the future. But this is from Carl Pei, a lot of which, a lot of what was special about OnePlus, I really felt like Carl Pei was the reason behind it, and this phone shows it. And it's got a very interesting take on what a phone should be, and I'm very impressed with the price point. So this retails for about $450 if you buy it in India, but I don't think it's going to be available in the US, which is unfortunate because the US does lack good options in the $500 Android phone range. So just going to take a look at this today, get it unboxed and look at the design and just the choices. And before I do anything, just check out this box. It looks like a fancy CD box more than a phone. It's very interesting. I'm very intrigued by this box. I don't think I've seen a phone box like this in a very long time. So very minimalistic, just this kind of pull tab here and then a tamper proof seal here, which I'll just go ahead and cut with a knife, but it is a very simplistic design. So I'm intrigued to see what this phone has to offer. Now, the thing is, OnePlus, it started off as a budget brand. It always was a budget brand, and as I'm talking and rambling, I'm struggling to figure out how to open this box. So give me a second, guys. Okay, so I went and looked at a video of how to unbox this because it just did not feel right tearing at the edges. And surely enough, all you do is pull like this. So could have been a little bit more clear, but it just didn't make sense. But this box is pretty much destroyed at this point when you open it like this. But interesting take on what a design of a box should be like. So very minimalistic. You've got the access right here. So you've got the phone and what seems like access port. So let me go ahead and pull out the phone. Very blocky, very iPhone 12, 13 Pro-ish. So just going to put that off to the side. And in here, we've got this accessories packet. So let me go ahead and open this up and look at the accessories really quickly and move on to the phone because I really don't care too much about the accessories. So, a SIM ejector tool. This is interesting. This is the most unique looking SIM ejector tool I've ever seen in my life. It looks very weird. Oh, wow. I don't know. It looks like one of those capsule pills with just a very thin piece of metal at the end of it. Very interesting take on what a SIM card eject tool should be. Inside, you've got USB-C to USB-C cable, white, very minimalistic. Nothing Phone 1 safety information and warranty information. That's it. That you don't get anything else. No stickers, no branding, no anything. You get the phone. So it says it's biodegradable under composting conditions. So the plastic material they use to wrap this is biodegradable. So not interesting. Let me go ahead and remove the protective plastic. It says I have to peel off from the top as well, but it doesn't make sense. Okay, let me just go ahead and... So I have to say this, the unboxing experience is not very intuitive. It's a lot of figuring it out on your own, kind of. It doesn't come apart as easily as, some of the more established brands. Things like, brands like Samsung and OnePlus, where the unboxing experience feels so easy and you can do it in what feels like seconds. This feels like, you need to figure it out. And this is coming from me, somebody who's unboxed so many phones over the last couple of years. So it's interesting. So I guess I forgot to mention all this time while I was rambling that I got the black version. And the most interesting thing about this phone is that besides its name being Nothing, it's actually got a very unique design on the back. So it's got a clear back, and you can actually see, the wireless charging coils, which of course my camera is not doing a good job of picking up. I'm trying to bounce off the light so you guys can see that. That's the wireless charging coil. And these little highlighted areas you see, these are actually lights. So this phone I don't know if there's a specific mode, if there's a section or something, or like a setting, but this lights up. So that's very interesting. Now, you might be wondering why I don't know this, and that's because I've specifically tried to not learn too much about this phone from other people. I want to experience this on my own and figure it out for myself. So I just powered it on, nothing, powered by Android. I've also, what I've heard is that this phone will not have a heavy skin on Android. So I'm very interested for that. As I said, the back is very simple. It just has nothing on here, and then it has the FCC warning labels right over here. Very, very interesting design. This is one of the first phones I've seen in a long time where I'm like intrigued by the design. It's such a cool design, and it's very minimalistic and sleek. So here we are. Hello, English United Kingdom. So I'm just going to go ahead and breeze through this setup and come back to you guys and tell you what I'm feeling about this phone. Spend a little bit of time with it, of course, and then give you guys a little bit more of an in-depth insight into what I'm feeling about this phone. I just spent the last day or so with this phone, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. And let me start off, because I actually didn't mention any of this, the specs. So this has a 778G Plus Snapdragon chipset. It's kind of middle, it's a mid-tier chipset, so not flagship, but it's not that bad either. I really haven't noticed any performance drops. This one comes with 8 gigs of RAM. There is a 12 GB option if you want to jump up to that. I don't think it's necessary. There is a 6.5-inch 1080p AMOLED screen with a high refresh rate of 120 Hz, which is amazing. It supports up to 33 watts of fast charging, and it has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. 4,500 is pretty decent given the bulk, the size, and just the feel of this phone. It's a very, very acceptable number here. Not amazing, but not bad. So a lot of this phone just kind of goes right there. It's not amazing, but not bad, which is very much so the OnePlus mantra of past. And moving on, let me talk about some of the hardware. So one thing I love about this phone is the flat display. This has a flat display, no curved glass, no curved screen, just a flat basic display, which is amazing. I love that, and I love that it just is not, a weird design for namesake. This is a functional display, which I really, really like. It has thicker bezels than most phones these days, but I am, again, coming from flagship, so my take is a little bit biased because I just haven't used many mid-range phones in the last year. There just haven't been that many good ones, in my opinion. So this is one of the most interesting ones I've seen. It is acceptable. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just taking me a little bit of time getting used to, coming from the S22 Ultra, the Pixel 6 Pro, and the iPhone 13 Pro. Now, another thing about this is it has an under-display optical fingerprint scanner, which works exactly as you'd expect it to. It's fast. It doesn't delay. The only thing I would like to be changed about this is the location. It is quite far down here. A little bit higher up would have been really, really nice. This has a dual SIM card system, and there are 2 physical SIMs, so it's not like a single SIM with an eSIM, which most phones have gone to these days. This is an actual 2 SIM card slot phone. Looking at the hardware, the bottom is the SIM card slot, USB-C port, and the speaker grill. This side is just the power button and the antenna. The top, you've got 2 antennas and the microphone, and on this side, you've got your volume up, volume down. No volume or notification slider that, I really do miss that. I'm still not sure why no other Android does it, including this, because this is right from OnePlus's, I'm sorry, Siri activated, but this is right from OnePlus's, founder. So I was really hoping to see that, but kind of sad we're missing. And let's talk about this design. This is such a cool and unique design. As you guys will catch it under my light, there is so much interesting things going on down here. Now, it's not a complete see-through phone. This is actually designed to be this way. It's not really what you'd see if you'd actually opened up a phone, but it looks cool. This is exactly what you want to see. And I think the coolest thing about this phone has to be the glyphs, the lighting. They call it glyphs, but let me go ahead and just give myself a call here, and you guys will see what it looks like. So this does only pop up when you're when you get notifications, or you can turn it on when you're taking video. So you see this now. It's popping up because I'm getting a phone call. It does match up with your ringtone, but right now I have the phone on silent, so I'm only getting that one light up there. But there are many lights that can be, there are a bunch of lights. So what I'm going to do is really quickly go into video mode to show you guys. So if you go to the camera and you go into video, you can turn on all the lights. Let me just go ahead and do that. So you can turn on all the lights, as you guys can see. So there's a ring around the camera, right, one up here, this big circle, and then a light down here. So very cool. I really like this. It is a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick and one that I can actually get behind because it doesn't really take away from anything on this phone, and it just adds a little cool factor, something unique from every other phone out there. Definitely something I really like. Moving on, let me talk about software. This is very, very interesting because software was the main thing I was looking forward to on this phone because I really loved the origins of Oxygen OS, and I was really sad to see what's come of it over the last couple of years with its eventual death and being replaced by ColorOS. So I had high hopes for this, and I'm really happy to say I am very satisfied because this is pretty much stock Android with a little bit of nothing on top. It's just perfect. There was not a single app that was bloatware or unnecessary on this phone. That was something I am so excited to see. It has been forever since I've unboxed an Android phone, and there's not been a single piece of bloatware on the phone. And I don't think this is going to last, just given how every Android smartphone seems to, companies seem to start off like that and then lose their way. But for the time being, having that as an option just is amazing. It is very stock Android. There are only apps on here that I have downloaded, which is fantastic. I am very happy with that. The design is very much clean stock Android, except for a few really nice touches. One in particular being, let me just show you my Pixel 6 Pro here. The Pixel 6 Pro, when you pull down the menu for quick toggles, what you'll see is that, well, my camera's not going to focus now, but you'll see this is how it expands, especially with all these different internet settings and everything. Mainly, internet right now is buried in with Wi-Fi, and then their cellular data has a different one. It's very weird and annoying. I've complained about this before, but Nothing saw that was one place where they could improve. So while it is very similar, what you get is when you pull down, there's this really nice circle up here that has your mobile data, it has your Wi-Fi, and it has hotspot, all built in right there, which is amazing. I really, really like that. Not to mention that you also have, if you have daily quotas of data, it also pulls that right from your carrier and shows you how much data is remaining, which is fantastic. I really love that. And there are just a few touches here and there peppered throughout this phone that are just really nice. So I will say this, the phone did come a little bit out of date, but immediately there was an update and I was able to update it to the July security patch and the latest version of Android. There were a couple of system updates as well that improved some features. So I'm very excited to try out this phone, get used to it. I did take a couple pictures of it side by side, so I'll put up an iPhone versus this comparison just so you guys can see a quick comparison. So far, the camera does not stack up to the iPhone from initial looks, which I'm not surprised about, but I am glad they didn't go overboard. It's a 50 megapixel primary and a 50 megapixel ultra wide. No gimmicks, just two decent cameras, which honestly, I wish more mid-range smartphones would do. Just accept that you can't put in good cameras and at least give me decent ones that are not overkill. You know, I know what I'm paying for, so I know what I'm expecting. So I really do appreciate this approach from OnePlus. I'm sorry, nothing. I am literally thinking this is a OnePlus phone. I did not even do that on purpose. That's just the way it is. This is definitely a revival of OnePlus in my eyes in every way. So I'm very happy and I'm very excited to try out this phone and get a little bit more time with it. If you have any questions about this phone, please feel free to ask me down in the comments below. I will be extensively testing this phone and giving you guys more videos and comparisons as well. I'm just very excited about this phone. I've not been excited about a phone for a bit, and I'm finally feeling excited about something new. So that's very, very awesome. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media for all the updates and behind the scenes. I have been on a little bit of a hiatus, but I am back, so you guys are going to see a lot more content, not just on here, but everywhere else as well. So I'm very excited about that. Follow me on here, and of course those links are down in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe for more nothing content, and I will see you in the very next one.